Good morning, boys. Ready for your next math class? Excellent. I am so happy to see you as always. So, today in math, we are going to learn about expanded form. So, let's start the class. But first, let's make a super fast review. Remember, we have been learning about place value. Place value talks about all the digits in a number, they have a special place. And remember we talked about zero the hero. So every time you get to 10 in one of the places, you make a group and you pass it to the next place. That's why this is called place value. And it is very important that you understand that the same digit has a different value or it equals a different number at the end depending on the place of where the digit is. For example, if I have a 3 here, or a 3 here, or a 3 here, or a 3 here, all of them are the same digit. All of them are threes. But it is very, very, very important in which place is the 3. If the 3 is in the ones place, it means we only have 3 of 1, 3 ones. 1, 1, 1. Each of these equals 1. If the 3 is in the tens place, it means we have also 3, but the difference, look, here each disc or circle is 1 and here it is 10. If the 3 is in the hundreds, it means we also have 3. 1, 2, 3, but the difference is that each disc is of 100. Imagine it is a cup and inside it has 100 candies, 100 beans. Okay, this one inside the cup you have 10 candies, 10 beans, 10 erasers, 10 of something. Okay, now if the 3 is in the thousands, that means that the same as the others, we also have 3, but the value of each disc is different. Here, each circle equals 1,000. So as you can see, I have 3 circles, 3 circles, 3 circles, 3 circles. The difference is the value of the circles. Imagine it is like money. Imagine this is 1 peso, 10 pesos, 100 pesos, 1,000 pesos. Okay, so here you have 3 pesos. Here you have, even you have 3 coins. Imagine if it's money, 3 coins, but each coin is of 10 pesos. So in all, we have 30 pesos or 30 ones. Okay, so this is something super important you have to understand, that we can have the same number can have a different value. Let's practice here one more. So you understand, let's keep using the 3 that I say. Sometimes when we tell you, let me first bring this. Imagine we have 30, as I said. And that's part of what we are studying today. If you see this, there are different ways to talk about this in place value. Like I told you, you can say that we have 3 tens. Okay, 3 tens. But 3 tens is the same as 30 ones. Okay, 30 ones. That means that this 3 tens is the same as having 30 of the ones. Imagine, I'm not going to lose time right now because we have to go into the next topic. This is just a fast review of what we have been doing. But imagine we have to put 30 of this, and it is exactly the same as 3 of this. Okay? Very good. So today we are learning a little bit about this. We are going to learn about expanding the number. Okay? I just want to remind you that if in the book or wherever you see something about math, if they write the letters, your answer has to be with letters. Okay? For example, if you say 3 tenths plus 2 tenths, your answer has to be also with the word tenths. This would be 3 tenths, as we have here, plus 2 tenths. That means I bring other 2 tenths, okay? So how many in all? Here, some boys, sometimes they get confused and they put 50. And no, that's what I want to explain in this example. If we're talking about and using the word tens, your answer needs to have also the word tens. And if we put 50, that means that we should have here 50 circles. And do we have 50 circles? No, right? Exactly. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 circles. So the answer should be only, it didn't move, should be only 5 tenths. Okay? 5 tenths. Here it is. Not 50 tenths. If your answer, if your addition or whatever you're doing on math has the word tens, the answer has to be also with the letters. If it says tens, you put tens. If here it says ones, then we put ones, but you need to add the word. Now, it is very different in what we are doing today. If they say 3 tenths equals how many in all? If we just want to put the number, that means we ignore the word tenths and we put the real numbers. So 3 tenths, as we have here, 1, 2, 3, 3 tenths equals 30, because each circle equals 10. So 3 of 10 is the same as 10, 20, 30. So we put 30 plus 2 tenths is the same as 20, because we have 2 of 10. But if we put just the number without the word 10, that means we have 10. Another 10, it's 20. So 30 plus 20. Here, yes, we put 50, because we are only using the numbers, the digits. Do you see that on the top we have the words? So in the answer, you put the word. In the bottom, we don't have the word. That means in the answer, you don't put the word. We are just using numbers. So this is expanded form. Expanded form is when you stretch the number. Instead of just saying 3, that we have 3 tenths, you stretch it and you put the real number. The real number for 3 tenths is 30. For 2 tenths is 20. Don't worry, this was just even like a review and a fast explanation, but now let's go into the real expanded form, okay? And this is what you're going to do today in your Google Forms. Exactly this picture that you see here is in your Google Forms, and you also have the discs so you can drag them, okay? So let's practice exactly the way I will do it and you will do it on Google Forms. I'm gonna tell you a number like yesterday. It's gonna be in the recording there. And you first have to write it here. It's easier if first you write it. After writing, then you bring the discs to the correct place. So I'm going to tell you number 3,426. Okay? 3,426. So after you hear it, first you have to write it. So I said 3,426. So after you write it, now it's very easy to bring the discs. So in the ones, if we said 6, we bring 6 of ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? In the tens, it says we have 2. So let's bring 2 of 10, 2 tens. In the hundreds, it says 4, so we go to the hundreds and we bring 4, 3, 4. And in the thousands, it says 3,000. So let's bring 1, 2, 3. So until here, that's what we did yesterday. Today, the only difference is that now you have to write it, as it says here at the bottom, you have to write it in expanded form. Expanded form is kind of an addition. That's why here I already put for you the plus, plus, plus. Okay? So, in the addition, now what do we do? Like I told you, expanding means like stretching. That means like separating the number. Instead of putting it in groups, here we're not going to put 3. Because remember I told you, these 3, if we just put 3, it means 3 of 1, like 1, 2, 3. That's it. Remember the 3 can be 1, 2, 3, or the same 3 can be 10, 20, 30, or the same 3 can be 100, 200, 300, or the same 3 in this case can be 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. So in this case, it's not just a normal 1, 2, 3. These 3, the real number for these 3 is 3,000. First of all, because it is in the thousands place, okay? Actually, that's why when you say the number, you say 3,000. This number is 3,426. So here we say 3,000 because it is in the thousands. So that's what you write in the expanded form. You put the real number 3,000. And all the thousands, as you can see here, they have 3 zeros. Look, 1, 2, 3 zeros. Other 1,000, 1, 2, 3 zeros. So the thousands have 3 zeros, okay? So this is expanding the number. Imagine we separate this and it becomes 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, okay? Now let's go to the hundreds. Here again, we don't just put a 4 because of what I explained before. If you just put the 4 like that, it means 4 of ones, 4 of, let me choose the other, 4 of this blue. It means, if you just put 4, it means you had 4 of this, and it's not the same thing. Remember, here is 400, and these are 4 ones. If we just put 1, 4, it means you are using the blue ones that are of 1, okay? So actually here we really don't have 4 ones. We have 4 of 100. So the real number for this is 400, 100, 200, 300, 400. So the expanded form means to put the real number 400. Now let's go to the tens. Again, like I have said in all the others, we cannot just put 2 in here because these 2 circles are not 2 of these of 1. These 2 circles, if we count in all, 2 circles is the same as 20 because they are in the tens. So each circle is 10. So this is 10 plus other 10, 20. So that's what you put in the expanded form, the answer at the end. We have 2, but that 2 equals 20 because they are in the tens. It's 10, 20. That's why we put 20. That's the expanded form. And in the ones, it's easy. You don't expand it because we only have 1, 1, 1. Here, all of them are ones. So here it's just 6. Okay? Here we don't expand it because, yes, each circle is 1. So at the end, if we count these by the number inside the circle, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here, the number inside the circle is 10 plus other 10, 20. Here is 100, 200, 300, 400. That's what we put in expanded form. And here in expanded form is the inside circle, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. So now that we did this, we need to write the answer. The answer is what we learned yesterday in the standard form. So 3,000 plus 400 plus 20 plus 6 at the end is this number that we have at the top in standard form. It is 3,426. Here, boys, this is the first time you see this, so you might get a little confused. Sometimes when you add this, some boys like to put all the expanded numbers, like put 3,000 like this, and then they want to put the 400 here, and then they want to put the 20, and then they want to put the 6. No, it's not just putting all the numbers together. That's not what we are doing today. Okay, the addition, you kind of write it the way you see it in the addition. If you read here 3,000, you read here and you say 400, then you say 20, and then you say 6. So that's what you write at the end. 3,426. That's what we put here all together again in standard form. The addition is stretched. The answer is the normal short number because we are adding, okay? 3,426. This was the first time ever you see it. Let's do let's do another example. So let's go to the next slide here. So again, I will tell you a number. The first thing is you write it. 2,453. So after you write it, you build it. So that would be 2,450 and 3. So after you build it, now let's write it in expanded form. Okay, here we have 2. As I just explained, you don't just put 2. No. If we put 2, we would have to write the word thousands here. When you put 2, you need to specify the place. You would have to put thousands. But because it's the expanded form, you cannot write letters. You only write numbers. So the expanded form is, imagine you stretch the 2. So that 2 equals what? That 2 equals 2,000 because it is in the thousands place. So that's what we write, 2,000. Remember, all thousands have 3 zeros. 400 equals what? 400 equals 100, 200, 300, 400. It equals 400, not just 4, 400. That tens, we don't just put a 5, no, because we not only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, this 5 means 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that's what we put in the expanded form. We put 50. Because yes, we have 5, but it equals 50. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now in the ones, do they equal 10 or 20 or hundreds? No, it's just the 1. So here, yes, we just say 1, 2, 3, and that's what we put here. Now, let's write the answer. If we add 2,000 plus 400 plus 50 plus 3, we put it kind of like the top, the standard form. Okay? So we write 2,000. I know it looks like a 1, right? It's because using this paintbrush, it's more hard. There it is. 2,453. So today, this is the most important thing that we are doing, okay? Today, yesterday you did this and you did very good, you did amazing. But now we need to learn to write it in expanded form or the addition form of this number. Again, it is like this 2,000, we stretch it, so we put 2,000. This 4 in the hundreds, we stretch it, we expand it, and it equals 400. These 5 tens, 5 circles, we stretch them or separate them into ones, and it equals 50. And these 3, we don't stretch it because you cannot stretch it. This is only 1, 1, 1, 1. So it is 3. Okay? Let me just add super fast another slide. Where is it? Here. Why I cannot add another slide? Here it is. Okay, I added, it duplicate. No, I don't want to duplicate. Yeah. Here, let's add another one. It added like that, but I want a blank slide. Here it is, páginas. Here it is, okay. It was in Spanish, but well. Okay, so another way you can do this, but you cannot do it on Google Slides. It would be very difficult, but still I want to show it to you. It is like if I tell you number 2,435. Okay? So we separated by cards. We can also use cards, but that would be more difficult because I would have to put for you in slides like a lot of cards and then you can get confused. But one way to do it, if we were in school, we would use these cards too. We begin with the thousands and the 2, we know that is in the thousands, so we write 2,000. And then the next card gets until the hundreds, and that would be 400. 400. Then it's 2,430. So the next card gets until the 30. And the last card would be a 5, only in the ones. Okay? 5. Now this is too ugly. Let me make it bigger. 5. There it is. So at the end, you can just put all these cards one on top of the other, and you end up getting this number at the top. Imagine, let me see if I can group this. No, it didn't work. Here, I'm sure there's a way to group this. This is a new program that I am learning. No, it's not working. Okay, let's just do it like that. We can move it at the top. On top, place it on top of that, and you start getting the number. But here you cannot see it so good, you see? Okay, the only thing is that you do that. That would be your answer at the end. These numbers would be your answer, 2,435. That's how you write it at the end. You just put it one on top of each other and you end up having this number. Ignore the zeros, and that gives you the same number that you have here. If you see, we have the 2, then the 4, then the 3, and then the 5. So this is expanding, but then the answer, you put that number all together without the zeros in the same order. Okay, so let's go back to the slide. This is what you are doing today in Google Slides, exactly this image. I will put the audio, but also I will be in the class. So if you cannot hear the audio or you're having technology difficulties, I am going to be there to repeat the numbers to you. But you can listen to my voice over there telling you the number. So again, first write it. Yesterday, some of you just did the discs. Remember, first you have to write the number. It's more easy if first you write the number, okay? And then you make it with the discs, and then you write it the expanded form. I think I had your Google Slides open. Yeah, I'm sure, look. Here I already have it for you in Google Slides, okay? I am doing this for you, so I'm gonna add the audio, but then here, if by accident, boys, you erase these text boxes that I put or something, you just click here on this T for text box, okay? Click on there, and there are two ways to do it. You can just click one time, and do you see how a text box appears? And then just make it smaller. Okay, that's one way of doing it. Okay, or you can just click. Leave your finger pressed down, leave the finger down on the mouse, and still with the finger down, you begin to drag. Drag means to move the mouse, but still pressing your finger on the mouse, okay? When you finish and you have the square or the rectangle, the size that you wanted, then you move your finger out. Let me show you my mouse again. You click on the mouse down, then you start moving to make your rectangle, but still my finger is down. And when you're finished, you let your finger go. And that way you can make the text boxes, okay? So there are two ways. So don't worry when you tell, Miss, by accident I erased the box. Now you know how to do it. You can go to the T again, and this is text box, okay? If you want to put a color, that's not necessarily, but sometimes when you do it by yourself, it's going to be white and you get scared. Maybe you say, but I didn't, I cannot see it. Here, all these things, you can use them to change your letters, your colors, and everything. So this is for the box to write. Here, this is to insert pictures or images. Later, we're going to practice that. This is to make shapes like circles, rectangles, lines. And this fill color is the one that you can use to put a color to the box. But first, you have to select the box. Let me pick some, look here. First you touch it, and then you go to fill color, the little paint bucket, click, and you can choose the color that you want. And do you see how it changes? Let's do it yellow. There, we changed it to yellow. Okay? So now you know also if by accident you erase the squares that I am putting or rectangles for your answers, you can make your own here on the T box. Okay? Well, it's time to go to your Google Classroom and answer the slides. Please remember that when you finish, you have to close it here on the X. Close it. Your answers are going to be saved. But it's important to go back to the Google Classroom and click Turn In. Okay? It's very important you click Turn In always in Google Classroom. Well, let's go, boys, and I'm going to be there helping you if you have any questions. So do your best, okay? I love you and see you in Google Classrooms right now.